There's more than a shirt in here. Hi everyone. So my name is Natalie and this package deserves its own video. As you've seen in the beginning, it came from Phil Goss, the president of Usark. I didn't really ask for this package and I don't really need it. I know everyone is clamoring for their free t-shirt from Usark. But after talking with Phil for a little bit, you know, I figured the contents of this package is gonna help in the long run for reptile keepers, hopefully. Spoiler alert, yes, I got a free t-shirt, but it's not really the t-shirt I'm excited about, but the other things Phil sent, which I don't know exactly yet. I haven't opened it yet, so you get to see that along with me. But first, story time. So in the past year, unless you've lived under a rock, you know what's going on in the hobby. You've heard of all the bills that are coming through and how we need to support Usark to help fight them. Like many, I became very angry when the first wave came through with everything that happened in Florida. I was so angry and so devastated. And I knew of Usark, and that was, you know, like many, that was my push to become a member. And I thought that there would be, since there was quite a buzz online through social media and everything, that at my local show, which happens monthly, that there'd be quite a buzz at the Usark table. So the next month came around and I went to my local show and the table was empty. I mean, just empty. There was a sign and there was a donation bucket and there were shirts for sale. No one. After a while, I was able to find someone to get behind the table and talk to me, and it turns out they were one of the people running the show. So on top of the 20 other things that they had to do, they also had to take care of the Usark table. I decided then and there that table was not going to be empty ever again. And I started volunteering every month. Both days, all weekend long. And you know what I learned over the last few months? Over this year? Reptile keepers don't have a clue what's going on. So my show happens in Grand Rapids, which is a small city in West Michigan. And the people who come to the shows, they probably don't know the big names in the industry. They probably don't follow Nerd and Brian Barczyk and Dave Kaufman and everyone else. So they just don't know. They have maybe one or two pet reptiles that they come every month to get feeders and to maybe see if they can find their next little scaly friend. And they pass the Usark table and they just see a sign and a donation bucket and t-shirts. And no one to talk to them. Not anymore. I put a stop to that. I was flagging down every person that caught my eye or that walked by me, and I let them know what Usark was, what they do, all the bills that were coming through, and how it's affecting reptile keepers all across the country. And so many people had no idea about any of it. And it just broke my heart. Of course, it's a lot easier to flag people down when you have a cool reptile with you. Like this. So they'd be like, oh man, look at that snake. And they'd come over to the table and it's like, yeah, here, pet my snake while I tell you all about Usark. So kind of killed two birds with one stone, because not only could I educate them about Usark and everything that was happening, but so many people who just don't get to experience reptiles. I mean, so many people have, interacted with my pet snakes, and they're like, oh my gosh, it's not slimy. Oh my gosh, it's so sweet. So several people have kind of faced their fears of reptiles because of my volunteering, and a lot of kids got to have their first interaction with a reptile because of it. And hopefully they're going to be taking those positive experiences with them in the future and become potential allies for Usark and the hobby in general. Flash forward about 9 months. Two guys on social media who both used to work at Nerd, Jeremy and Rob, are doing their regular podcast called Reptile Talk, which if you haven't heard of it, you need to check it out. With their podcast, they live stream it on YouTube, and I usually tune in. For this particular podcast, they had Phil from Usark coming on to talk about the rebranding and updates and other news about Usark. I tune in regularly to their videos and follow them on social media, so they sometimes engage with me and know that I volunteer and stuff. So as I try to engage in this particular live stream, for some reason YouTube decided it was going to glitch out on my phone and not let me participate in the live chat. But for some reason it would let me send a super chat, which, if you don't know, is a comment you can make with a monetary donation attached to it that gets sent to whoever is posting the video. And so it's like, well, let's try it. And of course it would let me send a super chat. So Jeremy pipes in and is like, well, all the super chats are going to Usark. I'm like, done. So that's just how I engaged. Anytime I wanted to say something, I would send a super chat, which meant I was sending them money.
Absolutely. Another shout out for Natalie, who really has been just throwing money at us all night. We appreciate that, Natalie. She says, I'm still volunteering every month at the USARK table at my local show, spreading the word. That is awesome. That's everything that we need. Appreciate it a lot. Thank you, Natalie. Yeah, you're definitely out there hustling at the shows. I see you tag us in some posts, and that's
So after like the 5th or 6th super chat, Phil actually pipes up and is like,
and before we go further, Natalie's Reptiles, she needs to send me an email at president@usark.org. I think she needs a t-shirt because I think she's done like 6 $5 donations so far.
You rock, Natalie.
and I'm just like, oh my gosh, Phil knows who I am now. So I emailed him and basically told him everything I told you guys, about me volunteering and that I just do it for the love of reptiles. I don't do it for the stupid shirt. Turns out he actually knows Steve, who is the main showrunner of my local show. And he's like, oh, I know Steve. Good guy. He's like, I'll throw in some promo cards for the Usark table. I'm like, that's awesome. So apparently there are promo codes or promo cards in this package as well. Yeah, so I'm like, well, if you feel like you need to send me a shirt, you can. And the promo cards would help. So apparently that's what he did. So now that I've told you all that, let's unbox this package. And I'm going to start with the end that I think the shirt is on. Oh yeah, look at that. He sent 2. Oh, this one's got the new logo. Well, sweet. Yeah. So cool. I have 2 shirts now. 2 more Usark shirts. Classic logo, new logo. Awesome. Thank you, Phil, if you ever see this. It's all right. Now I want to see what I'll be bringing to the Usark table. I think I know what these are. Is that all of them? Stickers. So many Usark stickers. Which I'll probably keep 1 or 2, and then the rest I'll bring to the table for us to either sell or give out. Probably sell because all the profits go straight to Usark because the Usark table only takes cash, so that we don't have to take any tax out from any card transactions, and we can just send it all to you, Phil. So all of it goes to Usark. So awesome. Thank you. Next, we have a package. Package inside a package. So they say stronger together. And yeah, they're promo cards that talk all about Usark. Awesome. All right. So first, it looks like we got Fight for Your Freedom. More promo cards. They just look a little bit different is all. Which is awesome. So some of these look like, I can definitely see this. We can have some of these at our Usark table. And then some of these at the counter up front. And maybe if different vendors want some at their table as well, they can get people excited about Usark. So this is awesome. There's a lot of these. So all these promo cards all of these promo cards and all of these stickers. Yes. Thank you, Phil. If you're watching this, you are awesome. Thanks for the shirt. But most of all, just thanks for being awesome. If you guys don't know, Phil does everything for Usark. I'm sure he's not literally a one-man show, but a lot of times it seems that that's all he does. He's at the big shows, he's on the phones and emailing legislators, trying to rally lawyers for USARK's aid, and he does everything, guys. And he shouldn't have to. Which is also why I volunteer. It's like we need to be our own ally. We need to be able to help the hobby that we love so much. You know, if you can't do the bare minimum of sharing the USARK post, the newsletter's free, you know, to get emailed to you. Share it with literally anyone who will listen or read it. Like, literally, that's the bare minimum that every single one of us should be doing. You know, if you have the means to donate. If you have the means to be a USARK member, please be a member. And just keep on spreading the word, because USARK needs us. Without USARK, we don't have that person to fight for us. We don't have anyone to protect our rights from these lobbyist groups that want to demolish our hobby. Which is why I needed to make this video, and I need you to spread the word. Please share this video. Please go to usark.org. If nothing else, just to be updated on everything that's going on. And let's just support the reptile industry altogether. You know, we can't just sleep on this and hope it goes away, because it's not. It's just gonna get worse.